going on, you guys? This is Hyperion-Blue-GT and welcome back to the GT League on Gran Turismo Sports. So, looks like we're on part 93 and now let's get ready to get started for 2 new rounds on the World Hatchback Championship. So this is going to get everything we'll be prepared to be able to have everything we need to be able to get extended runs to be able to have some more daily workout exercise. So looks like we have 6 laps on Sardinia Road Track B in reverse and a single lap round on the Nürburgring Nordschleife Ilpe. Looks like this is going to be an easy race and a tougher challenge, and this is going to get everything we'll be ready to be able to get prepared. So looks like this is going to be able to get ready to bring out the Honda Civic Type R EK 1998, and now this is going to be a one tough race we might get ready to begin. And now let's just gonna go and select this one good old JDM hatchback car, because this is definitely might be pretty perfect to be able to have the original one in the update. So looks like good thing that the Honda Civic Type R EK 1998 is definitely joined the party for the race, and this is definitely might be pretty good. So maybe this is definitely might be able to check the info on the main rival cars. So looks like it also has a livery design as well, because this is definitely pretty cool. So it is definitely looks like almost assembled as a race car hatchback version. So this is definitely might be pretty amazing. So be sure that the car settings will be needed in case if you need the power ratio and the weight reduction, so it will might get everything needs to improve, and the tires as well, because this is going to be able to get ready for a one tough challenge and a one tough race, and also the easy race that this is going to be needed to be able to get started. So let's go. Race number 4 is on the run to be able to get ready. Now this is going to be able to take a lot of good speed, that this is going to be able to take the straight wheel, might give the easy ways to be able to make one good acceleration. But make sure that whenever you're approaching in onto the first turn, because this is going to be a very hard one, because we need to be able to make sure to be able to have a good clean race bonus if we need to be able to have an extra earnings that this one might have. Now, let's just gonna be able to coming in and then just gonna pass by on the Mini Cooper S 2005 with a nice livery style, has everything putting on for, because that will be very cool, because this is definitely might have a good race with a good livery, that this is gonna be quite very awesome. Now, this is definitely might be pretty good for an N200 hatchback Japan car, that this is going to be able to drive quickly, that this is going to be able to take a lot more passes to be able to keep coming in. So it's going to be able to get very closer, that this is going to be able to take a lot of handling, that this is going to be able to take any inside turns to be able to make sure to follow up the apex. Now just going to have to take that turn after taking the uphill section of the track, and then this is going to be able to take one good straightaways until we might be able to take a few less consecutive turns that we need to be able to overcome. Alright, take that turn, and then this is going to get coming in to be able to have much understeer turns, that this is going to get everything well better. We might be able to take a lot more fast lap, we might get a good perfect time to be able to get everything well performed. Alright, looks like proceeding in onto the second lap, and then this is going to be good. Now this is going to be able to take a one good speeding straight, so whenever you see that double cone, just going to make sure to take the risk, because this is definitely might be pretty easier, so it will might be able to slow down as much as possible if we might be able to get everything safer to be able to stay on track. And even that this is going to get everything, we'll be able to take few consecutive turns, we might come in to be able to take the risk. Now looks like approaching in onto the Ford Focus and the Note Sport Magni, and now just gonna have to take it slow and steady, and then this is gonna get everything we'll be able to do properly, that this is gonna be able to coming in. Alright, looks like 2 more, and then this is gonna be able to have that Civic to be in the lead. and this is going to get everything well easy enough that this is going to be able to take the good race we might have. Now, just going to be able to take that strong handling turn is definitely might be getting a little bit wider to be able to have everything in. But this is going to get everything a little bit much demonstrated that this is going to be able to learn by the ropes. So this is definitely might be pretty efficient that this is going to be able to take a lot of understeered turns. Is definitely might be going easy. Well, even if you're really good enough to take an all-wheel drive hatchback car, that should be good to be able to race with a understeer FF car. That this is going to get everything well basic to be able to need it, make sure to be able to have to take plenty much more skills to be able to have, and takes a lot more speed that this is going to be able to get. Now, looks like just going to have to take a risk on that first turn, going back in, and then third lap on the halfway mark. Okay, looks like approaching in onto the Honda Civic, if I could probably see it, because this is definitely might be pretty good to show the difference of the model. Now, looks like the EK model is definitely the equivalent of the 1998. So it is definitely might be very original, like the 1997 counterpart version. So looks like approaching in onto the modern Honda Civic Type R. So that was the FK2 model, so looks like that was definitely the modern sport version, because that was definitely might be super cool. And also the EK model of the Honda Civic is definitely the cool and original, because we just always love old JDM cars, because this is definitely might be pretty popular. Hint, that also has nice good aero kits that this will be able to apply and installed. Now, that's definitely might be a good pass, and then this is definitely might be able to show the difference, because this is definitely might be very cool for every Honda Civic Type R. Is definitely might be very sporty looking, because this is definitely might be very good to see it. Now, looks like just gonna have to go for one more car, and now this is gonna be the tough gap distance to be able to go up ahead. Just gonna be able to take a lot more speed, and then still got enough laps to go, because this is gonna be able to keep counting it until whenever the final lap is about to get approached. Okay, just gonna have to take that another turn. That this is gonna be very sharp risk that we just definitely need to be able to take the good clean race that this is gonna be coming in. Now, this is going to get everything well efficient, that this is going to get very challenging to be able to go all the way. Now, looks like approaching in onto the Mercedes-Benz hatchback car, and now this is definitely might be able to bring our good old JDM Civic to be able to take the overtake pass. Is going to get everything in. Alright, just going to have to take one good tight squeeze overtake, and then this is going to be able to going in, and then there you go. Honda Civic Type R EK takes the lead, and now this is going to get everything well handling, that this is going to have to take the scales will might go in. Now, this is going to be very handling good to be able to do another easy race, folks, but sometimes it needs to be able to get a little bit tougher. So, well, maybe this is going to get everything to be able to have for every N100 hatchback cars could be able to take the tough challenge, that this is going to be very good, easy credit making method, that this is definitely might be very good to do it. So just going to be able to drive harder, that this is definitely might be able to reach up in first place in no time. Sometimes always gets the tough challenges, and always going to be able to take a lot more running risk to be able to have. Now, looks like onto the fifth lap to be able to proceed, and now this is going to get everything well settled in, and then this is going to get everything we'll be able to give one handling basic, one hatchback, that this is going to be able to master on every corners around the track, because this is going to get one good easy beginner type that this is going to have. Okay, looks like the strong Mercedes hatchback is about to be able to be coming back in, so this is going to get everything. We'll be able to mind the gap distance. Is definitely might be able to keep in check. Okay, looks like 2 seconds behind, and now this is definitely might be doing good. Now, this is going to get very perfectly that this is definitely might be giving the easy basics for it. So, good thing that the Honda Civic Type R EK model 1998 is the best choice to be able to participate in the FF Challenge, only for the new GT players who can really get this classic Civic Type R, that this will be very good to be able to take the racing challenge. We might be prepared. So, if you already have a Honda Civic Type R EK model, this is definitely might be very good to be able to take on the FF and the World Hatchback Championship, because this is definitely might be giving the best recommended choices to be able to have, and also including the J Sports meeting as well, because it also needs to be able to have tuning settings recommend if whenever you really want to go with, because this is going to get very challenging. We might get started out for. Alright, here we go, proceeding in onto the final lap of the race, and now this is going to get everything well handling performance that this is going to be able to have to take. Okay, looks like it's going to have to take a few consecutive turns on the downhill section, and now just going to go one more turn onto the upper hill section of the track. Is going to get everything will be made. Okay, this is definitely might be followed up the blue glimpse, and now this is going to get everything well tightened up that this is going to be able to take a little bit more handling turns to get. Now this is going to get everything Ruby needs to be able to follow up the rhythm to be able to take a lot of smooth turns that this is going to be coming in. So just going to have to take control to be able to take one good better risk, because we all know the methods of the racing, and then this is definitely might be get everything coming in. Now going on to take the final stretch, and then this is going to be able to bring the Civic home to the finish line by the podium, and now this is going to get very easily better to be able to keep going, and then this is going to be able to take the best speed of all, and then looks like finally got that gold trophy, and this is going to be a first place win. Now that was a brilliant race that this is definitely might be pretty good for the Honda Civic Type R. Even if there's another 1998 Civic Type R with a nice livery, that should be quite very excellent to take the challenge. So looks like clean race bonus and car handicap just doubled up to be able to make into 70% bonuses, and now this is definitely might be pretty excellent that this will might have everything strong earnings will might have. So very good race, and this is definitely another good opportunity that this is going to be able to have. So this is definitely specified hatchbacks to be able to be made. So looks like this is definitely might be pretty challenging, just like the EK2 models on since racing on Tokyo Expressway. And then looks like here we go. This is going to be a very tough lap for only a single lap around at the Nürburgring. Now let's just going to be able to make sure to choose a vehicle, and then this is definitely might be able to get ready to be able to get started. So maybe this is definitely might be very best choices to be able to make, but so many hatchbacks that this is definitely might be pretty good to be able to choose. But however, maybe this is definitely might be pretty strong challenging that this is going to be able to be prepared. Well, the Honda Fit Hybrid 2014 is definitely a hatchback vehicle, but it is definitely might be drive very good. So maybe this is going to be able to take the strong choices that this one might made the pick. So, well, let's just gonna be able to get ready to choose the next car for the next race, because looks like maybe this is gonna be able to get ready to be able to choose the Mini Cooper S 2005, but better have to make sure to be able to choose one Total Drama character, because it is definitely well determined, because it was definitely might be able to set the last time, because, well, looks like might be able to go with Samey library, and this is gonna be very good to be able to make a good determined choice to be able to have. Now, looks like this is gonna be very good to be able to take a single lap around in the Nürburgring, that this is gonna be able to choose a different car. Well, good thing we just had a great time by using the Suzuki Swift Sport for a one-make race. And then here it is. The Civic Type R EK 1998 is in the race with a nice livery design. So this is going to be very challenging, will be prepared. So just going to be able to make sure, because the balances will be made, and now this is going to get everything will be get ready to be able to get started. Here we go. Looks like race number 5 is going to be prepared. So just going to be able to make sure, because if it doesn't work, so if possible to be able to have a lot of good settings will be needed. So even to be able to make sure, because this is going to be no turning back to be able to race around on the ring, because this is going to get very faster, that this is going to be able to take a lot of risk to be able to take. So let's just going to be able to take it nice and slow whenever we have to be able to make sure to be able to take one good pass, that this is going to be able to coming in. But it's going to be very blocked open, that this is going to get everything, we might have the window open to be able to coming in. Now this is going to be very harder, that this is going to be able to take a lot of strong understeer turns, we might get everything in. So it's going to be able to take a little bit much faster to be able to have one good settings, that this will be able to get everything well adjusted. So even so, that this is going to be able to take a little bit more speed, that this is going to be able to keep raising up, and then this is going to get everything well faster, that this will might be able to get. Alright, looks like just going to be able to get approaching in, and then take that turn is going to get quicker to be able to get. So this is going to get very extremely rough to be able to well maintain the control of the car. So take a good look at the Honda Civic, folks, because this is definitely the exact replica library that was definitely almost looked like it. So it was definitely might be look like a Mistral Motorsport on the logo on the side, because this is definitely might be pretty cool and super awesome. Now this is going to be able to take plenty much more turns, and then this is going to be able to get everything a little bit much harder, that this is going to be able to take a lot more passes to get. Only an N300 hatchback car that could probably able to master the track and takes a lot of speed, if we can probably able to keep going to be able to catch up on it, because everything is going to be able to take a lot of excellent speed, because just going to be able to control the car is going to get very harder to be able to get everything stronger and well efficient. Now looks like just going to have to take plenty few turns, that this is going to be able to take the first sector of the track, and then now moving on into the second sector, and then the third is going to be getting clearer, that this is going to be able to take the chances we might get in. Alright, just going to take one good attempted overtake onto the Lancia Delta. There you go. Now this is going to get very well worked up perfectly, that this is going to be able to take a lot more progress, that this is going to be able to take nice and slow. Now just going to be able to make sure that this is going to be able to take that tough race, we might be able to decrease the gap distance when you're on the head, because this is going to get everything a little bit more extremely speed, and also the turns is going to get very rough on us, because just going to be able to learn to control the handlings of the car is going to get very well tied up, that this is going to be able to get. Alright, that should probably do good. And then looks like 8th place is definitely might be in, and now 7 more to go. So this is going to get everything well tighter, that this is going to be able to mind the gap distance on the width of the road. So it's going to be able to do much fewer ways to be able to master it. Alright, looks like everything looks good to be able to have the best choice to be able to use the same library variant. So this is definitely might be choosing the good ways we might be able to have. Okay, it's just gonna get everything will might stay focused, and then this is gonna get everything will be needed to be able to make sure take a clean race on the Nürburgring is the very tough goal for us if we might be able to learn to achieve it, because it's definitely a successful ways that this is going to be able to work hard to be able to keep going faster, and also obstacles will be made, so we might be able to deal with some various other tough turns. We might be able to get one good passes that this might have one at a time. Okay, looks like one more to go, and then this is going to get everything a little bit closer at the end of the second sector part of the track, and then this is definitely might be able to keep everything going on. Alright, that should be probably good enough to be able to have it. Alright, now approaching in onto the carousel. So this is going to be able to have to make sure, because this is going to be a one easy way ticket to be able to give a one perfect turn is going to get everything clear. So this is going to be able to take a lot more handling turns, that this is going to be able to stay on the inside. Alright, this is going to be good. Now this is going to be able to do perfectly if we might be able to have one adjusted settings, that this is going to be able to work faster, only if we can. Even that this is going to be able to take a lot more pressure to be able to stay on hold, because luckily, maybe in the first attempt, this is definitely might be able to have a one standard performance. So even that this is going to be able to have another attempt, that this is going to get everything will be better to be able to have one good standard max settings will be able to have acquired, because that could be easier to be able to make the hatchback cars to become stronger and better ways, that this is going to be able to take some few consecutive turns or dealing with a lot of tough opponents if we must be able to have everything to take. Alright, since we passed on to the second sector, now we're in the third sector of the track. It's going to be able to get everything in, so looks like we're nearly there, almost to be able to reach up to the finish line, because this is going to be able to work hard. Alright, this is going to get everything will be well situated, that this is going to be able to reach up onto the straights. Alright, just going to be able to stay on that throttle to be able to hold and endure, to be able to stay on a good condition of the track, that this is going to get everything a little bit balanced. 4 seconds gap ahead, and now this is going to be it. This is going to be able to take a lot more strong pressure. We might get everything foretold. Okay, just going to have to take one more turn onto the flower bed corner, and now this is going to get everything in. Okay, make one good pass on the Honda Civic Type R EK2 model, and then this is going to be able to have one more, and then this is going to be all mine to be able to take much easy turn, that this is going to get everything stronger. But it's going to get everything a little bit tougher, that this is going to be able to take a long drag race, that this is going to be able to get closer to get. So it's going to be able to take 2 second gap, that this is going to get everything a little bit closer. So maybe this is going to be able to take a little bit now or never. Alright, looks like this is going to get a little bit tighter on that speed, and then this is going to get nearly closer. Give me one good speed, and then this is going to be able to bring Semi Library home to the podium. This is going to get everything well closer to get. Okay, looks like just gonna get everything in, and then one safe wrist turn, and then, oh man, I can't believe I almost had it, because just gonna be able to stay on balance, and then that was definitely might be pretty closer. Oh man, looks like that was very close. Now, that was definitely might be doing good ways that this is definitely might be able to save the best chances to be able to have. So, looks like that was a very good first place win on race number 5. Now, that was a hard race that we should definitely might be prepared. So, looks like that was a very good race, and now that was a very good trophy by the win on the podium, and this is going to get everything we'll be able to make sure, because this is going to be a very tough race if we must be able to stay clean. So, looks like one good successful earnings is definitely might be pretty good, and then, well, unfortunately, just definitely also needs to be able to adjust the power level to have some mileage points. So, looks like this is definitely pretty good, and then this is definitely might be doing a lot better to be able to have one good adjustments power level will be needed to be able to make sure. So, looks like that was a very good race, well done, and then that would be very good to have 2 new rounds for the update, and then this is definitely might be very good race, well done, to be able to have everything we'll be able to get ready. So, let's continuing on to be able to have the next race is definitely might be able to get ready for one classic race. We might have everything going, so let's just gonna be able to make sure this we might be able to do a lot more practice before getting ready for the next race will begin. Alright, let's see which vehicle am I going to pick for today's daily workout. So let's see that this is going to be a 1% chance of another hypercar, and it's going to be another Toyota Supra. So this is definitely 4 in a row. So good thing that this is definitely another new one. So this will be good for it. So this is definitely very good to be able to have 2 new rounds added on to the World Hatchback Championship. So this is definitely might be pretty easy and pretty tough if we might be able to have settings will be required. So good thing that this is definitely might need to use the car settings before we begin the race. So this is definitely the very tough race around in the Nürburgring, folks, because 1 lap around the track, this is definitely might be pretty tougher on us that we might be able to get ready, because this is going to be able to have plenty much more settings will be required that this will might be able to have one good weight ratio and increased horsepower that this will be needed to be able to make sure that this is going to be able to have category range, will be able to have everything well checked. So do the best you can, and this will might be able to do better if you really want to go one easy ways that this will might have one good max horsepower settings that this will be required. Alright folks, glad that you really enjoyed this race. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and bell for notification upload, and the links on the description down below if you want to see more. I'll be seeing you guys next time for continuing on the GT League on Gran Turismo Sport, and I'll see you guys later. Keep on racing, stay cool.